with the Altezza and Celica at East Davis Circuit.
I misshifted.
Still, the Civic car passes the light-tuned Altezza on the inside.
Oh man, that misshift cost me a lot. I overtook the yellow Altezza, but Ganson's Integra passed me. I'll get him. I'm much faster than the Altezza on the straights. Look how I'm closing in on the Celica.
The Civic car locks in on the 190 pony 6-speed Celica.
Tsuchiya's S2000 is right behind me. Let me challenge him on the straight after this corner.
I'm like a turtle here.
This car is really fast on these uphills.
He nearly passes the super strut-equipped Celica. But he waits for the next chance. Never left behind in corners, he challenges the Celica on the straightaway.
Am I fast enough? Yes, I am. Sorry about that.
Now I'm depressed. The Civic's faster. Oh well, that's life.
When I shift to third, the VTEC doesn't work. 6,000 revs, 6,200, 6,500. The VTEC doesn't have the punch it should have. They should do something about the gear ratios. But this car is fun!
The Civic car chases the Integra R to the checkered flag, while being passed by the 250 horsepower S2000, but manages to keep third, leaving the two Celicas behind.
The suspension on this car is absolutely marvelous. It basically understeers, but the Celica's handling and brakes are not that much different to the Civic R. The biggest difference obviously is the engine power, especially here on the Ebisu circuit. When this car is climbing hills in second and third gear, the Civic R has a sure advantage.
How is the Civic car on flat surfaces? Equal strength at the start, but the Civic R is unstoppable after it's shifted into third.
There are people that put expensive engine oil that costs $20 a quart, but I say it isn't whiskey, so don't waste your money. The formula of expensive equals high quality doesn't work here. If you're confused on which oil to use, just go to your dealer and get the oil that the manufacturer recommends. I'm sure that would be one of the better choices. You don't really have to over-prep your car to run on the track. but there are a couple of things that I would recommend. One is the modification of the oil pan baffles. This is because when you drive around on the track with semi-slick tires, which cause tremendous G-forces, the oil literally sticks to the wall of the engine, causing air to enter the engine instead of the oil. This could result in serious engine damage. The other things are the brake pads. If you go on the track with stock pads, you'll burn them up. So I recommend you install racing pads. As long as you do these simple modifications, you'll definitely have fun with these Honda Type R cars.
This is going to be fun, but under 6,500 revs is a bit weak.
6500キロとちょっと辛いね。あそこにいいかな。
The gear ratio of the Integra R is well suited for this course. The rear tires haven't quite warmed up yet. As always, the Civic R has a great suspension. If you master one of these, you'll definitely be a good driver.
This 99 Civic Type R is owned by one of our viewers, and it only has 3,500 miles on it. The car is fitted with Spoon's racing brake pads for this test.
It revs up to 9,000 RPMs oh so easily. Let's start this Civic R test here at the Suzuka circuit. By the way, this is right after the Japan F1 Grand Prix. It would be difficult to use first gear here. These kind of corners you turn tight and don't go outside. I wonder what my lap time is going to be. This is a lot of fun. I was easy on the clutch. Man, this car is fast. I can go through the S corner at almost full throttle in third gear. Can I go through the reverse bank the same way? Slow down a bit, around 6,000 revs. This uphill is a little difficult too. But this is fast. Here you have to shortcut the first corner. Yeah, it's fun on the Degner corner. I can approach this hairpin at full throttle. It's a bit dull until 6,500 RPMs. The transmission feels okay, but the uphill is a little tough. Integra R obviously has more power from the bigger engine, But this Civic has a great suspension.
めちゃくちゃいいな、おい。シビック R 君。
It feels like I'm driving a racing car. I'm going full throttle into the S and the spoon corners. Can I go through here in fourth gear?
3に落とそう1回。
Now let's drop it to third. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I feel like I'm Michael Schumacher in these chicanes too. So how'd I do? This engine is 1600 cc's, isn't it? The suspension has a lot of allowance compared to the engine power. The engine revs enough as it is, but even if you tune it, this suspension should be compatible with increased power.
パワーアップしても十分足が補ってくれるよ。
Not only in Scuba or Ibiza, but you can drive with full throttle even here in Suzuka.
攻めれるよ。大した車だね。
Civic R is a great car.
Let me suggest my version of how to soup up the Civic R. I'd lower it a bit, install a closed gear transmission, and turn the engine into a 1.8 liter. When you've gone on the tracks for a long time, the engine would need a rebuild, and that will be the best time to do the conversion. With crank, piston rods, pistons, and gasket included, we can offer this conversion kit under $900. It would be fun to do the conversion yourself with your buddies, going through the instruction manual. Or if you know a trustworthy garage, you could just let your usual mechanic do it for you. The whole conversion could be done at around $2,000 with labor included, so I suggest you convert your Civic R's engine to an 1800cc. The engine basically becomes that of the Integra R, not just an ordinary 1800cc engine. You will be able to enjoy it.
方とよく相談して、その範囲の中で楽しんでもらえばいいんじゃないかな。